Bonjour, ça va? It's your beautiful, beautiful, handsome Devil Anthony Blomfield. Oh no, good looking chap. Not sure I have to bring that slide. Hey, guy kiddies, now I'm looking at you. Right. Hence advice on life. God, pretty embarrassing, eh? Look, maybe it's best to get advice from a guy that looks like you should the last person you should get advice from. Maybe that is the truth. Maybe the people that look polished with suits and all fancy who give perfect lectures on life, maybe them as well. Whatever. Peter Jordan. But here's Ant's advice. Here we go. Be good to your parents. Better than good. Go past what you can even imagine or think with taking care of your parents from the age of 7, guys. Get this video to 6-year-olds. Okay, if you're 5, 4, say thanks to your mum and help her fold the towels. And that is the bare minimum, kids, for a happy life. Fold the towels, take the washing out, do the lawn mowing. And get used to being a blessing to your parents really early, fucking early. Get right on it, compliment them, learn about their life. Ask them to show their wedding photos to you. Ask them to show you what they did for sports as a kid, and ask for advice. And ask them to, and then try to ask for feedback as you become a teen. Ask for real feedback. Ask them to be brutally honest. And then make friends with your dad. Make friends with your dad, definitely. The age of 14, fucking cool, man. Live it up. Go snowboarding with your dad. Go fishing with your dad. Make good friends with your dad. To the age of about, to the age of 18, 17, 18. And here's the thing: if your parents don't put you in a Sunday school, find one yourself. Good parents, they're going to help you find one. Find a Sunday school that is for youth. Church, Christian church. That's fun. One that's got cool youth camps. Maybe I'd suggest a modern one. Life Church, for example, is I think one of the best in the world. I'd have to say Life Church is probably one of the best churches for young people in the world. Got to get them in there at the age of 16. You are so far ahead if you've done all this by now. Get into that youth group, and you're already a man, basically. Pretty much the first day you turn up, you're already a man. You've already going to find the friends that are going to support you for the rest of your eternity. That's what's pretty cool. Eternal friends who you'll love and always see in heaven. So find these kids. Pretty interesting YouTube for me, isn't it? Find these kids and let them be your friends. And then ask advice on how to learn to like reading, because it's natural for a lot of people not to like reading. Don't be hard on yourself. Just ask for help from teachers, from your school teachers. How can I start to learn to like reading books? How can I do this, teachers? Be brutally honest to say I get bored or whatever. If it starts with like books that are just totally in your world, picture books, it really doesn't matter. Find a way to not hate reading. You don't have to be like reading every day, but find a way that you actually quite content. Maybe comics, God, the new world is pretty evil, isn't it? I guess there's blogs, but you find a way to just in your late teens to gotta subscribe to some magazines, guys. When you get to the age of when you're in your church group, subscribe to some magazines, whatever your fishing magazine, you're into that, sports, medicine, fitness, computers. Find some magazines, guys. Yeah, that's the solution. Find some magazines to subscribe to. Okay? This is when you're 18, 19. Those magazines will take you on a joyous ride, especially if it's like, new scientific technology magazines. Don't go to the web. It's fucking evil, a lot of it. Yeah, it's satanic. So get those mags and, good quality magazines and newspapers. Try to ask your parents to import New York Times and Washington Post and whatever good quality and international newspapers and get them in and leave them on the coffee table. And look after your parents, yeah. And, tradition, try to have dinner at home. Get yourself a sport. All right. So now you're going to go through your 18 teen years. The cool thing is you'll be in the Christian group. You'll be enjoying things like building huts, building fishing, going sailing, and doing real cool things. So you're kind of like already in the safe hands. And at this point, you can just make more friends. And then you know, drugs and alcohol are fucking half a losers. They really are. Okay, don't need that. There's no high in it. There's no high. Drugs and alcohol are not a high. They're a downer. So they're not your mate. Those guys who want to offer you that. Okay, and then when you're going through your Sunday school, try to get a couple of volunteer jobs. Try to get a volunteer church or your local pastry shop. So you hit the end of school. Certainly, if when you finish school, get yourself a little bit of a job somewhere. Okay, anywhere. Now, when you finish school, it is fucking quite scary. I don't think there's enough understanding, support really in a way for how scary it is when you've left your high school and then bang, kind of teachers are like I worked hard on you, and so it's up to you now. So get advice. Get advice. Keep the phone numbers from your teachers at school, in your high school. Keep the phone numbers. Try to make friends with them out of school. That would be amazing. You're really on the wicket if you can make friends with some of your school teachers, and even school events. Make friends. Get the emails. Obviously, you're going to find a sort of your vocation, slight interests. Don't be too hard on yourself. You're in your church. You're having fun. It is for fun, and then when you start finding what you can think you're good at, sure, there's university or there's trade, but I wouldn't be too hard on yourself to jump in on that. I truly believe I do actually believe in having maybe a couple of years after school of just working in a normal old paint shop or anything. I really think that is pretty wise after you finish school, a couple of years, and then join university. If you want, it's not that bad. And don't feel you've got to have the perfect degree. I wouldn't do anything too hard, if I'm honest. Don't push yourself. Just do a normal, most kind of easy casual degree because I really think it's about networking at university, making friends, and falling in love with a topic. So you take some topics. I don't mean to be rude, but pretty much a degree really is a degree in the commercial world. Um, unless you've already found your vocation, just do a normal degree and don't try to like think about, oh my god, we want to do this degree. Just really enjoy the time at uni of making those friends, and by then people just start to notice you're a good guy to be around, pretty reliable, and you're already an adult. And here's what's cool: if you're a guy with being in Sunday school and being at uni, just by being a pretty normal guy, it's going to be really easy for you to find a girl that's really lovely. Okay, even if you're a couple of years younger at Sunday school or uni, because the cool thing about it, uni, if you had a gap year, the new students will be like a year younger than you, the girls. It's just you got a little bit more confidence, and don't push it. Don't try to be like the perfect boyfriend. Just keep it really fun, and go on, invite them to go skiing with you, whatever, fishing. Don't push it. Don't feel like you've got to wrap it all up, and then get through to the end of uni. And the cool thing by then, be honest about your fears. Be really honest. Like, shit, I'm not. I don't know if I'm going to get into the industry. I don't know if I'm good enough. Be really honest and tell your lecturers this, and let them kind of help solve that for you, guys. Let them kind of like, look, let's try you in this industry. Um, I wouldn't panic. I don't think you need kind of the perfect job. Just here's the other thing. You don't need that big perfect job. You just need those friendships and relationships, Christian faith and physical appearance. You don't need to be like, oh, I'm the top this. Get a job pretty much after uni, kind of with anyone in a way. You don't have to feel you're like failing because you didn't get the prime position. Just anything will do. And then just enjoy working. Like just get used to it, making friends at the office, coffee. The cool thing if you're not pressuring yourself and not hating on yourself because you didn't think you're good enough for your peers, you'll just start flowing into work and kind of just enjoying the ride. And at this point, it's pretty hard. The universe isn't going to give you opportunities anyway. So if you're in a normal job, just do it well. Just do it well. And I guarantee within 3 years, if you're doing that, people are just going to go, look, it'd be really cool if you did this job for us, or there's a company that wants you, and then this is the heaven. This is kind of heaven. The beautiful thing about establishing these fundamentals is the universe is just going to give you the ride. If you keep those kind of, good heart and stuff, the opportunities are going to be like magic. Come from the most impossible places where maybe a company moves to another country to set up office, and you're like, bang, you're there, and then bang, maybe this company's bought out by a bigger company, and you go join that company, or maybe at that point, just enjoy the ride. I think this is what's scary. I've always thought I've had to bake my own destiny by banging on doors when I'm in a job, going, this job's not good enough, I'm going to look for another company. But if you're in a company already, just enjoy that. Just enjoy that. And I was always terrified of not getting the opportunity, so I'd look for them all the time and jump on them. But they just come if you're day in, day out at work, and pretty much any company, those opportunities come. And that's the magic. And then as you go through that, you have to pivot at some point to stop making life about what you can get out of it. You need to pivot to what can you contribute. Okay, kids, humans, you need to pivot to, I'm pretty happy, I got a lot here. And please pivot to what can I contribute? What is the people I can look after? What is the churches I can look after? I reckon that's the real thing, man. Once you've got to that point where it's really about what are you giving the world, not what can I get out of it. And from my experience on that, when you start to want to help, the world hates you. That's what I've noticed. As soon as that happens, everything's pretty hard if you're going to try and help and be a blessing. That's when it's like really scary. And that's when you're going to pick up the poetry books and Shakespeare and scholars and dead poets and movies you didn't understand when you're young, and the visceral nature of sad songs and loss. Because I think when you start to contribute, that's when things get hard. And that's when I believe the magic starts. So just push through it. And that's the thing. And this sorrow is not the norm. And it's so sad that New Zealand, their government's made the failure and pain is the norm. And you get to the point of it, you're contributing. You get the other side, it's like, no, being happy is the norm. Being great is the norm. And just saying, I realize I have to get out of this country. Anyway, kids, so thanks for listening.